Hey everybody, welcome to Tokyo, Japan, where myself and my dad behind the camera.
Hey Tommy, how crazy is that? We're in Japan and we're going to be profiling the new BMW. It's right there, X2, the second generation of the sporty coupe version of the X1.
That's right, yeah, so we've got an all-new 2024 X2. We got a lot to talk about. Exterior, interior, engine options. Now this car was debuted a couple of weeks ago, but this is our first time seeing it here, as you mentioned, in Japan of all places, which is pretty wild. And there are two variants. There's the standard one, the 28, but this one is the M35i. There you get a little action shot there, Dad.
Yeah, over 300 horsepower. I know that. I don't read Japanese.
8.1 million yen, Dad. But I do know quite a bit about this car, so we're going to start out with the design. New design language of BMW here.
What do you think of the lit-up kidney grille? You like that?
Yeah, I think it's quite nice. Of course, the most controversial part of all new BMWs is the design language. This vehicle is very vertical, very angular, and we got, of course, those huge kidney grills, but I like these headlights a lot. So very kind of crisp, angular headlights with these little crystal jewel-eyed fixtures on the inside, and then, of course, the blue accenting. And because this is marketed as an M Division car, you do have the M badge located there in the left front portion of the grille. And I like how BMW incorporates their driver assistance ADAS features nicely into the front end.
Hey, let's jump inside before somebody else jumps inside. The cool thing about this car, besides, of course, this matte purplish paint, is the fact that it'll do 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds, Tommy, which is pretty impressive.
Well,
what do you think of the new interior? Much bigger screen.
Yeah, so interior is, of course, based on the X1, but this being the M235 with over, it's like 312 horsepower, Dad, is we've got these enormous bucket seats, which is very kind of surprising.
Look, the M is lit up.
Yeah, M is lit up. Kind of very surprising in a premium compact SUV to see such an aggressive bucket with that little, look at the racing harness space there. But we got the newest iDrive system, which is excellent, very good, very easy to use overall.
How are the seats? Are they comfy?
They are comfy, yeah. Good tile systems here. And then down below here we have a wireless charging tray with this little clip that keeps your phone nice and secured in place. You've got your new BMW drive selector, park, reverse, neutral drive on this little toggle. Still have the volume knob, no tune knob. All your climate control is now digital. You got your two cup holders there, the floating console there, that looks really good. And then when we come over to the steering wheel here, fully digital instrument cluster.
Heads-up display.
Heads-up display and this beautifully bolstered steering wheel with these huge paddle shifters, and then the boost functionality, which will get this car from 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds. And if you do want a less spicy one, the 28 has 241 horsepower, but why would you not want more power? Well, check out the rear. Now, this has always been the issue with the X2.
Well, you get that sporty kind of coupe-like back, and you end up losing some headroom. How are you doing?
It's not too bad, because if you look closely, there's a pretty aggressive scallop here for both the outermost seats. And then the legroom is actually okay. This is my driving position at 6 feet. It's a little tight on legroom.
Yeah, let's see how much space is in the back here. About 50 cubic feet of space. I'll let you open it up because I don't know where the button is.
Check this out. Look at that aggressive spoiler in the back there.
Oh, look at those aggressive tailpipes. So find the button, would you?
Yeah, quad exhaust. I think it's right in the... Ooh.
That's why I said I'll let you figure it out.
Spoke too soon. Is it on the M logo? Oh, it sure is.
Good job, Tommy. It's not huge. It's okay. I would say you could probably get, 4 roll-on bags, 3 roll-on bags in there maybe.
Yeah, I think it's actually pretty good. Now the question is, of course, why get the X2 over the X1? Because you do lose some storage capacity with the X2, but you do gain quite a nice design. Ooh, look at these tail lights too. You got, once again, this kind of almost crystal-like pattern with these illuminated elements.
How big are the wheels and tires?
On the inside. I do believe that we are rolling on 21s on this vehicle.
245, 35, 21. Yeah, that's a big tire for a small car. And let's face it, every generation gets a little bit bigger, and this one looks like a little bit bigger. Now, for me, the previous generation of X2 just didn't hit the spot. It just seemed too sporty and not utilitarian enough. Of course, this is the, like you said, spicy one. Look at those giant brakes.
Right, this is the M Performance model. And they're really pushing the M thing. So you kind of have the iconic M mirror. You got M badges throughout. You got the M on the brake. So it's not a full XM2 per se, but it certainly is getting pretty aggressive. And I think really the big improvement over the current one is going to be the design, where the current one was kind of had this weird swept back thing going on. This one is much more angular and much more vertical. But Dad, what do you think? Did they do a good job? Are you excited about this guy?
Yeah, I like the paint. I like the matte paint. It's going to be a, you know what, to keep clean, but I think it's really cool. I'm a sucker for kind of interesting and unique paint. Hey, let's walk over here and just go show them the new. This was first unveiled in Munich earlier this year, Tommy. But you know, people have been really hating on the design language. Here's the X7 of BMW. Here's a new i7, and basically the problem people have is the grille. They're saying it's just too much, too big. And so what they did was they unveiled this in Munich, and basically it's their new class of BMW. Of course, it's all electric. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. But this should be the design direction that BMW is going to go going forward. Now, what do you think of that?
I think it looks really nice. You know, it's much more elegant, much more simple in its proportion. And Dad, I actually have a fun idea here.
Yeah,
Why don't you follow me?
I'll follow you.
I want to show them something pretty neat.
I'll follow you.
So if you want to kind of wind our way through here. So BMW has a whole line of electrified vehicles that we don't get in the US.
Yes.
And along with the introduction of the X2 came the introduction of this car over here, the iX2, which is an electrified variant of what we just looked at. And if you want to kind of follow me through here, we'll zoom past the X5 hydrogen fuel cell vehicle.
Yeah, that's another one that we don't get.
Here we go. So, oh, watch your step there.
I got you, thanks.
This is the...
Oh, there you go, the iX2. How cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So
you can actually see the lit up, kidney grille.
Right.
It looks like.
So pretty similar in this design, but a couple things which are different, right? Like it doesn't have the slots. Instead, it has just the panels that fill in the kidneys. And then if you want to come around the side here, Dad, you have the little charging flap there.
Yeah, you know what? We need to figure out a place where our charging flaps are at, or at least by nationality. You know, like the Germans are on. I always get that wrong. On the driver's side and the Japanese are on the passenger side, or is it the other way around?
For fuel?
Yeah, for fuel.
For fuel, Germans are always on the passenger side, the right side if you're in America.
I know, but I'm messed up because this is a right-hand drive. Yeah, it's cool. Now, in case you're wondering when the X2 hits the market, it's going to be of March of next year. And pricing, figure for the smaller engine, it'll be, the current one starts I think about 42, 43. So, in that neighborhood, maybe a little bit more or less. And the spicy one with the bigger engine, probably in the 50s.
Yeah, I would probably bet into the 60s.
But this color looks really kind of lame compared to the other one to me.
Well, it's because it's not that crazy kind of matte blue. But yeah, I think this is a car that they should offer in the States. I don't think it's been confirmed for US sales, but I would like to see their electric portfolio kind of widened, and this would certainly be a cool way to do that.
Yeah, you want to see the front of the Neue Klasse?
Yeah, I can
go there. Yeah, go over there. Head on over there. Let's show it to them. So I think that's really cool. I think that's a really interesting design language, use of the kidney grille. It it takes BMW kind of to the next part of their evolution. All concept cars have those little mirrors. The camera mirrors on the sides. Those, of course, we don't get in the U.S. They get them in Europe. I've driven cars with them, and they do take a little bit of getting used to. So sometimes it's one of those questions of be careful what you wish for, because you may not like what you get. Even though they always do look cool on concept cars. Of course, concept cars inevitably have much bigger wheels and tires that are stuffed into the body with no room for actual suspension. So when the real car comes out, it looks more like this than like that. Yeah, Tommy, I can't wait to drive it. Like I said, for me, this car always was kind of in the shadow of the X3 or the X5. But now that it's a little bit bigger, maybe it'll start to make more sense. Of course, it competes with cars like the NX, right?
Yeah, you got the Q3 size from Audi, all those cars, so the kind of small crossover. Well, folks, let us know what you think.
Yeah, and we're going to do a whole bunch of videos. I'm going to take the camera, I'm going to show you guys where to go so you don't miss any of our Tokyo Auto Show coverage. Head on over to alltfl.com. We've got some forbidden fruit over there and more cool unveils from the Japan Mobility Show, Tommy. See you guys next time. Sorry, Tokyo Mobility Show. Ciao.